Pittsburgh Steelers sign another running back, this time a veteran, a 4-year guy that was drafted in 2020. Welcome back to Mic Drop Sports, everybody. I'm Jason. Let's dive in to another signing that the Pittsburgh Steelers have done here today on a Thursday, signing running back L'Michael Perine from the Chiefs, a guy that was cut last week by the Chiefs organization. In 2023, he appeared in just 3 games on, 22 carries for 77 yards. Also had 3 catches last year for an additional 33 yards. Also, he had 55 special team snaps. So you look at Perine, a guy drafted by the Jets in 2020. He played in all 14 games for the Jets. Really didn't have a ton of carries and a ton of yards, having carried the ball 72 times, I believe, for 200 and some yards, 270 or 263 yards to be exact. Also, he had 11 catches for 63 yards, and as a rookie, he returned 2 kicks for only 22 yards. But what does this mean for the Pittsburgh Steelers as they continue to add running backs? I don't think it means a whole ton, especially guys like this, guys that aren't going to see the field a ton, guys that aren't going to be major contributors, at least right now in the immediate future, barring injuries and things of that nature. But the Pittsburgh Steelers will need camp bodies. When you look at Najee Harris and you look at Jaylen Warren, you know what they can do on the football field. And if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you're not going to go out there and try to force feed them the football here throughout the offseason and the preseason. You're just not going to do that. And if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you want to preserve them, preserve their legs, and have them ready to go week 1. When the Pittsburgh Steelers really get moving here through this offseason, you're going to want to have guys that are camp bodies, similar to camp arms at the quarterback position. There are a lot of reps, and you're not going to want to have your top guys taking those reps. And I think that that's exactly what this is, guys. Another depth piece by the Pittsburgh Steelers, adding another running back to the roster. Again, this time L'Michael Perine from the Kansas City Chiefs, a guy that was just cut last week, and the Steelers gobble him up pretty quick. 4 years of experience, and I think that's what you're looking for if you're the Steelers. You want to see guys that have experience, guys that have toted the ball at the NFL level many times. So you want to get those types of guys involved. And if you ever need to fall back on them, you can. Maybe you stash guys like this away, on practice squads and things of that nature, to where you have them as an available asset if things start to turn south for your running back room. And I think that's exactly what the Steelers are looking for and keeping in mind. They've brought in undrafted free agents. They signed Jonathan Taylor last week. So many things have happened with the Pittsburgh Steelers, or not Jonathan Taylor. I wish they would have signed Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Ward, excuse me on that. But they signed him also. So you see the Steelers bulking up this running back room. And I know a lot of people will ask me here today, what about this signing? What do you think? What's going on with this? And I wanted to do a quick video and tell you guys exactly what I thought. And I think exactly that. What I said here in the beginning. I think this is just a depth move, another move in order to secure available runners to take these reps in the offseason. And you may see them add one more, but it's getting pretty full in that running back room. But you also look at what this guy can do. Again, 55 special team snaps last season for the Chiefs in 2023. Also, he's returned a couple kicks for the Jets. So there's a special teams variable in this also. So a guy that is a veteran that can play special teams, that is a running back, has some value. And you want to just keep those guys locked away in your cupboard there in case you need them, and break glass in case of emergency. So, again, guys, another signing. We have the press conference for the 2026 NFL Draft from the president and the CEO, the owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mr. Art Rooney. He is going to be doing that press conference. I believe the governor of Pennsylvania will be with him in order to accept this invitation for the 2026 draft and to talk about it and what it potentially holds for the state of Pennsylvania, the city of Pittsburgh, and the surrounding communities, and what kind of economic effect effect that could have on this town or the city and the surrounding areas. And I think it's just a big positive, and you're going to see that press conference live at 1:30 p.m. I've been today just really trying to pay attention to reports coming out of OTAs and continuing that process as we build toward tonight's live show. It's Steel City Live as we try to get through that show tonight and talk a little bit more about OTAs and what is going on with your Steelers and players to watch. And I'm going to try to watch some interviews and things of that nature. I don't get to watch all the content that I would absolutely love to watch because there's so many creators out there that I really value their opinion, value what they bring to the table in terms of feet on the ground in the Pittsburgh Steelers facility. So I'll try to watch as much of that as possible to kind of gauge what is going on there at OTAs. Again, guys, we have exciting things we're working on for the channel, so make sure you turn your notification bell on. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're sharing it to all your friends. We're going to continue to plug away and work and grow this channel. I've found a new breath of fresh air here, really trying to be motivated to continue to grow our community in a big way. And without you guys, that's not possible. So, again, I appreciate you so much for joining us. Make sure, though, you turn on your notification bell so I let you know what time Steel City Live will be tonight. It'll either be at 6:30 or 7:30. You can guarantee that. Once I talk to Sean, he'll be my guest tonight, I believe. Again, he switched jobs, so we got to give him a little bit of a time to adjust to that schedule. So if not, I'll still be there. And as always, guys, we're working on special guests to be coming onto the show. Actually, I talked to somebody today, and we have something in the works, a special guest that is a player. I'll give you that. So I have somebody in the works for that, and we'll see if that all happens. You know how schedules and things go. Sometimes it always doesn't work out. But we'll see how everything unfolds. But until then, I wanted to talk about this, wanted to talk about the running back edition and continue to just look at how this team is building for the 2024 season. And again, guys, it is a special time to be a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. There is a lot of potential and a lot of hope in that building. And you look at the Steelers and you look at what's going on and how they're paving this path. I know there are still deficiencies, but there's still a lot of time to fix them. And you're going to see this Steelers team, I think, add still to that wide receiver room. I think you're still going to see this Pittsburgh Steelers team potentially add to that defensive back room with a veteran. So it may not be the biggest splash in the world in that position, but I think you will see a monster move in this wide receiver room. I think George Pickens has added a little bit of weight. I think he's ready to go, and I think he's worked really hard this offseason. According to many reports out there, he has been working extremely hard to really get his feet underneath him and have a real monster leap this season as he approaches year 4 of his NFL career. I believe year 4. Yeah, it should be year 4 for George. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. I think last year he did take a big step whenever you got to see him with some NFL quarterback play. So special, exciting things going on. We'll talk about that quarterback room again tonight on Steel City Live. We'll talk about those cornerbacks. I want to break down some guys that I have in mind that I have some really high hopes for. Also, we'll talk a little bit more about Pat Freiermuth and that tight end room being way more involved than they have been in recent history, considering Matt Canada was complete and utter moron and didn't understand how to use them. So we'll dive into that tight end room and what it could possibly bring for your Steelers in 2024 also. But thank you for joining us here on Mic Drop Sports for our second download of the day. Don't forget our third one tonight, which will be a live show for Steel City Live. And until then, I'm Jason. This is Mic Drop Sports. Peace.